And hi, Krishna.
Hi,
Sorry
how are
for
you doing?
sorry for keeping you waiting and all, because I
No, no,
wanted to
no.
talk to each one, and I also was making Venkatesh wait because the platform has some limitation. I think I was not very much aware of that. Next time we'll make it better. So. Krishna, like you tell yourself as an accidental marketer, and now you are focusing on Instagram marketing a lot.
Yeah,
So, what are your findings on Instagram, and what do you want to share about this platform? Anything specific you want to share regarding Instagram marketing? What people should be doing? I ask
yeah.
many questions because you can ask answer them the way you like it.
Yeah, sure, sure. I think people are actually missing the most important metrics. I see so many people focusing on the number of followers, but I feel that the most important metric should be how many sales can you get. If you are not obviously into brand awareness, then it's a different strategy. I've seen so many people worrying about followers and then not actually doing anything with it. And there was this case study based on, there was this girl, I'm not sure what was her name, but she had a million something followers and she couldn't sell 30 products. That means she was either buying fake followers or she was not maintaining a really good relationship with her followers. So I think maintaining relationships is probably the most important thing, because I have like about 1,000-ish followers, and people actually ask me for recommendation. Now I am not working for any digital influencer as such, so I recommend them genuine things and things that I'm not actually affiliated with these days. But it
Okay.
shows that they trust me. So it's about trust, it's not about followers. And secondly, the way to actually gain genuine people, I think people don't focus on one metric. People always focus on the number of followers. I think the most important metric for you to increase your followers is profile visits. I have not seen anyone talking about it. It's, I think, the fuel of the Instagram account. Two
Okay.
metrics I think are the most important. One is profile visits, and the second is number of conversions. So I'll talk about both of these. So profile visits is something that you can get using shout outs, ads. You could possibly use engagement strategies, and by engagement strategies I mean liking and commenting on the target audience's accounts. And the more you do these things, the more profile visits you get, and the more chances of your conversion. And I actually added you accidental marketer for a reason. Before I had added accidental marketer, my conversion rate was not that great. But since I have added that, my conversion rate has shot up to 10%. Like for every 1,000 people, 100 people, I mean, like not exactly 100, but 10% of those people usually follow me on a good day, and it keeps varying. But you know, that simple story related word, something that separates me from 1,000 accounts, is kind of converting for me. So those two metrics for me are probably the most important. And if you understand these two things, you can play around and grow your account wherever, in whatever way you possible, because people focus on tactics. I believe that you should focus on what fuels those tactics, and the tactics you should use should be more profile visits, more conversion. That's it. No tension. Like people actually worry a lot that I'm not gaining followers, and I think you should worry if you're not getting enough profile visits. If you are getting profile visits, eventually you'll figure out how to convert them. But if they are not coming, then there's nothing that can be done. So I think
Okay.
these are probably the most important metrics. And one thing that I have noticed is that earlier I inserted 3 4 links in my bio. I had multiple links, like for my LinkedIn and for my Facebook page and couple of other things. I figured that when I had those links, people weren't actually clicking on either of those links. So I removed the link and I created a single link. Now the clicking rate has increased to my destination, and people are listening to my podcast. And I keep switching up the link based on what I am promoting at that point of time. But I feel you should focus on putting up single links, even if you are linked using LinkedIn.bio or any other. Use single links, and if you are using lead magnets there, directly insert the landing page there. Do not go for multiple wide options, because I think it leads to analysis paralysis that way for some reason, and people end up not doing anything. So don't do that. That's just what I have observed and experimented with these days. So I
Don't
guess
make
that.
don't make people think a lot. That's what generally marketers say like you don't want to make your user work or task tough. But generally, they say and that's true with what you say on Instagram also. So, thank you for sharing that, Krishna. Then, apart from that, Krishna, like you entered into Instagram like 1.5 year ago or 2 years ago,
It was probably 1 year back, I guess, and
one
I
year
will,
back.
yeah,
You
I
are
will be
seeing,
honest. Sorry.
yeah, you're seeing some interesting things happening on Instagram while you entered and all. So, in this 1 year, what are the changes you observed in Instagram? Can you summarize that? You're able
Yeah,
to? Yeah.
yeah. Actually, when I entered, the organic reach was a little bit more, and I'll tell you something funny. Now, when I entered, carousels were not exactly that prominent. Now, these days, carousels are exploding. I see every second account putting out carousels, and I agree to that. Even I am doing that, but I will tell you something that people don't actually understand. Now, it's ironically harder to rank carousels on hashtags, even though people say that carousels are working extraordinarily well. I personally tested this. I created two batches of content, absolutely same content, one with a single piece and the other with a carousel, just a little bit more fancier version, you
Yeah.
can say. And I checked 30 of those hashtags. I wasn't ranking, I was ranking on probably 10 of those when I posted the carousel. But when I posted the single one, I was ranking on about 15 to 20 on an average. So that's much more than what. So I think you should not get carried away by trends. You should always experiment on your own and not believe what people are telling you to do. Now,
Okay.
yeah, so just keep that in mind. And when I was actually 1 year back, when I was just entering it, I used to see posts from Mad Over Marketing, Fake Adco, and these people were creating some, amazing type of advertisements that didn't actually feel like advertisements. Now, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you guys must be remembering Neha Dhupia incident happened, right? When she said that. It's my choice. So what these brands did were like, some brands mad over marketing and some famous pages, they created content that actually highlighted their product using that tagline. So that way their advertisements were not exactly spammy. They were some There's a book called Permission Marketing by Seth Godin, and I
Yeah.
perfect implementation of that. Even I personally try to do that. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of what I have in mind. Let's say I want to sell a course. Now,
Okay.
there are two ways to do it. One would be that I actually create a picture and then I add call to action to join my course with link in bio. Don't do that. That doesn't work. Use a carousel. And how do you use that carousel? You teach people about Instagram. Let's say that whatever I told you, I somehow summarize it up in a carousel, and then in the last slide, I add I have this course and buy it, and I can then redirect them to link in my bio, and that works better. Reason being that people are getting educated about it. It is not spamming them. I am not adding a call to action without informing them about everything. So
Yeah.
that's
And
uh,
there comes the play like micro commitments. They also say the word, use the word micro commitments. That works well with email marketing also, where we try to not immediately ask the email of the person who is actually giving it. We try to just say, "Are you suffering with low traffic?" Then they say yes or no. Then they click on the double opt-in kind of thing. They will take it one commitment, and then you finally say, "Yeah, I want your email, boss. Please give it." Now I have a book also to download. That way we do it. So that's what you try to say with carousel. You try to delay that, and you also educate them along the line.
Actually, I'm not saying specifically for carousel. What I'm trying to tell you is that understand what your consumer wants. Like, for example, it's not necessary that you have to put it in a carousel. It's The point I'm trying to make is that listen to what they want. Now, these days, I'm trying out two things: memes as well as carousels. Now, if I want to promote my product, let's say I'm not sure if you guys are into memes, but there is a very famous template. It's about Drake. Let's say I want to promote my course. My strategy going towards promoting that course could be two. One is the carousel one that I told you, and the second one could be memes. How would I use it? I would say XYZ course no, and then I would say my course is the better one using images. Now you if you would have seen that template, you would understand it better. But the point is, use strategies that seem seamless, that do not make the person feel like you are advertising. It should be that this guy is trying to help me using what I like
Yeah,
memes or carousels or education, basically anything that the person wants.
yeah. The transition should be smooth. That's what you would like to tell. Transition should be smooth.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the
Okay.
focus.
Okay. Now I think it's time